you can't communicate too much or people are going to get upset, that you can't really invade their privacy, that you can't become a spam machine.
In this episode, I'm going to talk about my email and text messaging marketing philosophy, which I call the block or buy philosophy. This particular philosophy, the block or buy philosophy, is what's built my success and the success of every single brand that I've created for many, many years. Of course, if you start spamming people and only selling products and services, and you don't give any value in these lines, you're gonna lose the entire audience. Everybody's going to eventually unsubscribe. And by everybody, I mean quite literally every single person on that list will unsubscribe unless they actually get some value or some reason to stay in that list. Emails are gonna be a lot cheaper than text messages. When you send out emails, you might pay on average 0.001 per email. That's on average. Platforms vary dramatically. On text message, you might pay on average 0.01. Now, when you get to the level that, for example, NaturalSlim is at, in which we send millions of text messages, we might bring it down to 0.005 per text message. But look at the return on the investment. This campaign over here spent $113,000 and we sent 8.3 million text messages. What did it produce? $2.4 million in revenue. And what is the revenue here? Return on investment? For every dollar that I put in on a text message campaign, I got $20 back. Isn't that better than a casino in Vegas that is actually, you're hitting the jackpot every single time? I mean, that is printing money. By definition, you are printing money. So this is the beautiful thing about this thing. Once you control that list, the social media following now becomes a real asset because they become a part of your list and you can start making money with them consistently. But if you don't communicate to them, if you don't make it a routine to get your message out in front of them, then you are going to miss out on the real value of a list. Look at this one. We made over $500,000 with $1,700 spent in text message campaigns. And that is a 343x return. For every $1, we actually got $343 back. You're not gonna get that on a social media campaign, ever. You can only see these sort of numbers on your own assets, your owned audience, your text message list and your email list. Going into platforms, now that you understand that email and text message is absolutely essential and you cannot live without it, I'm gonna zoom in on some of these platforms that you can dive into yourself and decide which one do you wanna go after. For example, there's one over here called Sendinblue. There's Mailjet, MailChimp, ConvertKit, Aweber, Constant Contact, GetResponse, Campaign Monitor, ActiveCampaign, HubSpot. On NaturalSlim, we use one called Klaviyo. Klaviyo, which is Klaviyo, by the way, I'm not affiliated with them and I'm not trying to get you to subscribe to any of them, is one that is more built for e-commerce platforms. And it gives you a breakdown on revenue per email that you send, and you can connect products and you can connect your e-commerce stores, and it's absolutely a great platform built for e-commerce. So you gotta choose which one works for you. But the one that we use for email is not the same one that we use for text, because here's what I realized over the years. The email built platforms, which are called ESPs, stands for email service providers, they're specialized on email. So even though they allow you to do text message, they're not specialized on text messages. So my recommendation for you is that you find an ESP, email service provider, and you find an SMS platform, text message platform. And then you combine them both. On text message, there's plenty of them. It doesn't matter which one you use. Some of them are gonna be more expensive. Some of them are more user-friendly. I used a company for many years, which is this one right here, Simple Texting. SimpleTexting.com. I used it. It is exactly what they call the company. It is simple texting. It's very easy to use and very easy to get started with the platform. Once you spend your time picking out a platform for you to use, then you can talk about strategy for these platforms. And I want to give you some best practices on email over here. Segmentation. One of the most important things that you can do is when somebody comes into your list, they give you your email, you got to make sure that you know exactly where they came from, and as best as possible, survey them so you understand how you can service better. So segmentation is an important part of it. Personalization. Use customers' names, recommend products based on their browsing history, and personalize the content to increase engagement. For example, Amazon does this better than anybody else because they send you personalized emails based on your searches. And the emails are amazing because they are happening in a dynamic way at the individual level based on what you are searching for on Amazon. So they do this really, really well. So personalization is going to help you get better results. Automation. Welcome emails. One of the things that I always do is that when somebody comes into my list, I actually put them on a welcome series. These emails are going to introduce them to who I am. What is my purpose and my mission? How have I helped people? How do I want to help them? What assets and resources do I have access to that I can actually share with them? Basically, I need to introduce them into my world. I cannot just plug them into the rest of the list. I need to let them know who I am. Compelling subject lines, right? Yeah, here's the thing. We live in a very crowded world. So you got to be able to work on your open rates to make sure that the message keeps on getting delivered. The better your open rates, the more your service provider will get that message delivered and out of the promotional inboxes. Content variety. You don't want to be just blasting people. On the contrary, you want to be able to give people educational content. And then the more you do that, your superpower. I talk about my superpower a lot. How do you develop your superpower, your ability to help somebody else with their products and services, with your products and services? How can you help them? You gotta figure out how to plug that into your email and your text messaging campaign. And if you do this correctly, people will keep on coming back and opening up your emails. The value has to be there. The more value you give on your emails, the more your promotional emails will be opened. Clear call to actions. What are you trying to get them to accomplish? What do you want them to do? What product do you want them to buy or visit? What blog do you want them to click to? Make it very clear what it is you're trying to get them to do. Mobile optimization. Emails are being opened at 80 to 90% rates on mobile versus desktop. So you gotta prepare your emails for mobile, optimize for mobile. And desktops have to be a secondary afterthought. Testing and analysis, right? You gotta be able to have A/B tests on open rates, on call to actions, on subject lines, on graphics and images. This is not something that you just build and back away from. This is something that you have to continuously observe, adjust, optimize, and correct as needed. Compliance. You have to make sure that you are compliant with GDPR if you're in Europe. There's other regulations that we have in USA, spam regulations that you have to make sure that you are compliant with, or you can get shut down. Because here's what happens. The reputation of these platforms, let's say Klaviyo, let's say MailChimp, Constant Contact, all these platforms, they are not going to risk the reputation for you. So if you just start spamming people left and right, they will eventually ban you from using the platform. I have seen that. And sometimes it's very painful because you got to start over with another platform and it takes time to season that relationship. So you want to stay compliant by making sure that you are not violating the rules of communication or not allowing people to unsubscribe or to opt out or not opting them out when they request to stop getting communication. Somebody wants to opt out, let them opt out. That's what my philosophy, what is it called again? The block or buy philosophy. I believe in my products so much that I know that I have something to share with them and I want them to buy my products or services because I know it's going to change their lives. And I'm going to communicate consistently and obsessively via email and via text and via social media until one or two things happen. They either block me because they are sick of it or they buy from me. There is no other way out. In my world, you can escape it by blocking me or by buying from me. Your opinion does not matter. Whether you feel that I'm communicating too much and I should slow it down does not matter. The only thing that matters here is, are you going to block me or are you going to buy from me? So moving on to SMS best practices. Clear opt-in. Ensure customers explicitly opt in to receive SMS messages. On websites, for example, if you go to us.naturalslim.com, my website, it is in Spanish. You can check this out for yourself, how I consistently opt people in. I make it clear that I'm opting you into my marketing. You gotta be very, very clear. Short and concise messages. You got 160 characters. I'm gonna give you a hot tip right now. You go to ChatGPT and you communicate your entire, ChatGPT.com, you communicate your entire voice message that you wanna communicate via text message, and you say, give me 160 character variations of this message. And then ChatGPT does an incredible job of making that message 160 characters or less. It's actually pretty darn good. Go ahead and test that out. It's the era of AI, might as well use it. Personalization, use the customer's name. Absolutely, talk to them. Exclusive offers. You want to provide exclusive discounts and offers because these people on your list are the most valuable list you have. Nothing gets close to this. No physical address list, no email list, no social media list, no nothing is more valuable and more powerful than your phone number text messaging list. These are your gold mine right here. I'm telling you because I live it. $4.2 million this year so far just for my text message list. So this is something for you to think about when it comes to text messaging. Give them additional value. Give them things that nobody else has access to because they are special. The ones that opted out are missing out. Give them first dibs on promotional offers. Give them special access, new content, new announcement, whatever it is, make it about them. Timing. Send messages at optimal times. Don't be blasting people at 6 a.m. or 11 o'clock at night. Make sure that you are within the schedule of people's lives. Urgency and scarcity, that's important. You want to make sure that people know that this particular offer is going to expire in the next few hours or in the next day or in the next 48 hours or so. People really, really act much faster if they have urgency and scarcity. Very important. Compliance, of course, the same way with email. Integration with other channels. You want to make sure that your text message platform is communicating with your email platform. That if they got a text message, your email platform is connected with it. We use Klaviyo for email and PostScript for text message. They are in communication consistently. When somebody activates on email, we get to see that communication on text and we can properly communicate with each other. It's a pretty incredible technology thing that we have access to. And of course, analytics to track metrics and things that are happening, and you can look at the open rates on different text messages. That way it teaches you what open rates to focus on, what subject lines you can use again because they work really well. Using what worked in the past to create new ones is a very important element to your success also. How much is too much? People ask me this question a lot. How much is too much emails or too much communication? I will say a standard is for you to communicate at least one email per day. One email per day. Value emails that are once in a while mixed in with promotions, or value emails that end with a promotion. But always, always make it a central part of your strategy to give value away, give them information that is going to make their lives better somehow, for free, without expecting anything in return. If you focus like that, you will eventually find yourself growing. When it comes to text messages, 3 to 5 text messages a week. You don't have to hit the list every day, but 3 to 5 times a week, it's a must. And you have to consistently do this with a lot of value, or you're gonna get a very high unsubscribe rate. Now, unsubscribe rates on text messages are usually very high because text messaging marketing is so invasive that people hate to get too many of them, and they will hit stop a lot of times. Don't worry about it. You get those people that unsubscribe and you retarget them on social media with Facebook ads or Instagram ads and keep them engaged and keep on coming back. The fact that they unsubscribe doesn't mean that they're not gonna buy from you. For the time being, that moment in time, they did not want the pressure, they did not want the communication, and they unsubscribe. I cannot begin to tell you how many people have kept on buying from me over and over again despite unsubscribing many times along the journey. One more thing, I'm gonna give you an example of an aggressive e-commerce campaign in combination with email and text message. On Monday, a weekly newsletter with the new product launches and personalized recommendations. And then you can do a text message, which could be a welcome message to new subscribers with a discount code. And you can send that message there. New subscribers, this is Discount Monday. Here's the discount code. Welcome to our list. On Tuesday, you can do a promotional email with a limited time offer with discounts or special discounts. And again, figure out always how to introduce value into it. And then on text message, you can do on Wednesday a midweek promotional offer with a sense of urgency. This is about to expire. You want to take advantage of it? Come on in. On, let's say Tuesday, on email, again, on Wednesday, you can say educational content or blog posts highlighting product benefits or usage tips. You don't even have to do this. You can just do an educational content piece. On Thursday, you can do an abandoned cart reminder email with a special discount code. And again, abandoned cart emails can be set on automatic. They don't have to be on a special day. So you can keep on emailing every single day abandoned carts. They happen naturally, especially when you have an e-commerce shop that you can easily integrate. On Friday, you can do a weekend sale announcement with a countdown timer, a flash sale. People love flash sales for e-commerce brands. On text message campaign, you can do a reminder about the weekend sale with a direct link to the store. So you see, in this case, both email and text messages, they work together. On Saturday, you can do a customer testimonial, or you can do a success story to build trust, or you can do a case study that is going to highlight some of the incredible results from using your products or delivering your services. And you can have a small call to action that if they want to talk to one of your consultants or one of your reps, they can book a call with your team so they can hop on a call on Monday or the following workday. SMS you can do on Saturday, something like a flash sale alert or a restock notification of a product that was out of stock. On Sunday, you can have a last chance reminder for the weekend sale. This has to be structured. I recommend that you create a promotional calendar that makes it clear, aside from your introductory welcome campaign, exactly what are the things that you're allowed to do if you're an email marketer as a standard for your text messaging and for your email platform.